Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Shineability Show. If you haven't been here before, my name is Robin Carberry. I'm a business coach, and I help Gen X women start, build, and scale successful online businesses. So I've coached hundreds of entrepreneurs in things like offer development, funnel strategy, launching, and more. But what I truly love is helping Gen X service-based experts grow their businesses like the grown-ass women they are. So I come here live every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to drop some tips and talk about why online business and marketing strategies for Gen X business owners are different. So as you come in, say hey, let me know you're here. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments. Whether you're here live or on replay, I always circle back and answer those questions. So what am I here to talk about this week? Well, clearly the topic of the moment is what did you do when Facebook and Instagram went down? But I have a little bit of a different take on it. So I want to start by reminding everybody here, especially when it comes to your online business, that social media is a tool. The question is, do you treat it like a tool? So if your business relies on Facebook or Instagram or any other one or two specific platforms, then it was yet another wake-up call, right? Fortunately, that isn't the case for me or for many of my clients, but it was a really good opportunity for me to assess how social media fits into my life and into my business. So I decided to spend the day observing how I really behave when it comes to social media, as well as observing how others behave. So first question was, how many times did I pick up my phone to mindlessly scroll? And the answer, of course, sadly for me, was way, way, way too many times. So I thought about, why did I keep doing that? And it wasn't so much that it's just a habit or I have some burning need to know exactly what's going on in the social media world at all times. It was really more that I tended to pick up my phone when I was struggling with something, when I was thinking through something, when I was kind of stuck. And maybe that's like working on a launch plan, or maybe a client had a thorny question that they boxed me about and I really need to think about the answer. So instead of thinking, I pick up my phone. The other time I would do that is if there was something I just didn't really want to do. So I could pick up my phone because that's still considered work when I'm on social media, right? Problem is that's not efficient or effective. So what am I going to do differently from now on? Well, first of all, back to scheduling time to be on social media. So when I'm on social media, it's effective. But also, when I need to think, instead of picking up my phone to scroll, because that does not help me think, I'm going to stand up, stretch, breathe, and walk away from the devices, go to a quiet place where I can actually think. That's a little bit more effective, right? So when you pick up your phone, before you scroll, try to stop yourself and say, what's my goal here? Like, what am I really trying to accomplish by picking up my phone? So when you use other tools in your household, there's a goal, right? You load dishes into the dishwasher because you want them to be clean. You pick up a hammer because maybe you're going to hang up a picture or a painting. So treat social media the same way. It is a tool that you use with a goal in mind. So the second thing I observed was how others took advantage of the opportunity of Facebook and Instagram being down to either serve their audience or to serve themselves. So here, I want to give a special shout out to my friend Jody Millward. So Jody has a program which teaches folks how to become ad managers. And Jody was very quickly in my inbox with advice for her folks who are running ad campaigns for their clients in the moment. They were probably freaking out and so happy to see her show up with advice for them. She even showed up in my inbox after Facebook came back up with time zone specific advice for her people about whether to pause campaigns or not. I am positive that her people were so grateful for her being there for them in the moment when they needed that help. And there were lots of other folks who did similar types of things. They showed up in my inbox with specific advice for their people and to remind them how they can help them not be so reliant on one or two platforms for their business. And all of that is amazing. So as the day went on, I started to see lots and lots of emails from marketers who fell more into the second category, that they were like, oh my gosh, wow, all this stuff is popping when it happens to email. I need to email my list. I need to email my list. I need to talk about something. I need to talk about myself. And sure, like, everybody was on Twitter or in their inboxes because they couldn't be on Facebook or Instagram. And why not jump on the bandwagon? Well, some might call that smart marketing. For me, a lot of it didn't really appeal to me. But here's the thing, I'm probably not their ideal client, so that's okay. We always have the option to unsubscribe. You can unsubscribe when you get these types of emails and they don't appeal to you. That's cool. That's part of how it all works. You want to receive information from the people who are actually helping you. You don't necessarily want to hear from the others. Now for me, I'm on a lot of these lists because I do want to hear and see what's going on in the online space. And it's important for me, for my business, that I see the good and I also see the not so great. So it's really about, like everything, it's about assessing what makes sense for you and your business. So what is the takeaway here? When something like this happens, how can you best serve your audience? Maybe it's following Jody's example, that your people need you right now in this moment, so you show up with advice that is helpful to them. Maybe you don't really have anything to add to the conversation. Your folks don't need you right now, so just showing up to add to the noise and the clutter in their world isn't super helpful to them, and they appreciate it if you don't. So, social media, to sum it all up, social media is a tool. Treat it like a tool. Use it with a goal in mind. And when something happens like this in the online space that a lot of people are talking about, you don't just have to add to the conversation. Your folks appreciate you showing up with advice that helps them in that moment. If you're not going to help them in that moment, then maybe you should just zip it. So that's it for today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Again, any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments and let me know. And I will see you next Wednesday. Bye.